Oh God. I'm sorry. I just ate some chocolate and I had a Red Bull. And this year has been, oh my God. Like I have never went through so much stuff and such. When I say like it's been a lot, if I had to tell you all of the things that have happened to me this year, you would be like, oh my God. And I'd be like, I know. Right? Oh my God. I've been through a lot this year. Like, and I realized that I don't have a normal life. I never did, which makes my life very interesting to other people. Like, unusually interesting. And when I say that, I mean that because so I was like walking down the street. I don't know where I was. I was driving down the street today. I had my head out the window, enjoying the New York City breeze, and like the highway and just like the weather was just kind of, just doing its thing. And I was like, oh my God, this is like a beautiful moment. So I was like, let me enjoy it. Now, as I'm enjoying my moment, towards the end of me nearing uh, the end of my trip, there was a thought that popped in my head after I saw like people like walking outside for whatever reason. And that thought was like, hey, they're robots. And I'm like, what do you mean? Almost like a voice like popped in my head. I'm like, hey, they're robots. You're not like them. I'm like, what do you mean they're robots? And specifically what this means, and I'm not trying to scare anyone, but you are a robot, right? You're a robot. Let me explain how and why you're a robot. Now, you feel like you've made choices in the world that you live in, but you've not actually had any choice at all. The reason why is because you were already born into a world, into a system that during the time of your birth was created to help stabilize humanity, humans, stabilize them in such a way to where humans could coexist and live and survive amongst each other, whatever. Now, when this happened during the time that you were born to the earth, unbeknownst to you, um, humans were free, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, right? And what I mean by that is they didn't have systems that controlled them. They had their own systems, but they didn't have like one big system that controlled everyone, right? They had their own thing going on, each in groups, whatever. And this worked for a very long time for the humans. What had happened was when you were born, you became a robot. No, they weren't robots. We weren't always robots. But you became a biological robot the moment you were born into this earth because you were born into a system to where you had no choice, where you had to work every day for someone else. And pretty much your life can be calculated emotionally and mentally in terms of what you're going to experience, when you're going to experience, and how long. And it's to be able to do that, to and be right about it is a pretty amazing thing. So when I had this all came from the one thought of me being in the car, looking outside the window, seeing people walking, and boom, this is the thought that came from. So I just rolled me. So yeah, humans live in a state of confusion, um, are living in a state of confusion right now, and the reason why is because they don't understand that they're like being born to be slaves. I don't want to say slaves because people always use that word, but to be robots, like biological robots. Like you don't have a choice about anything that you do. It's easy to emotionally calculate what you're going to experience emotionally from when you're born up until the time that you die based on the system alone that you were born into, because as a human, you're supposed to naturally experience things, right? And when you're placed into a system that stops your natural experience in terms of you needing to experience these things to develop as a human, once this stops, or if there's something that slows this down, it can be easily identified in terms of the moments in your life. I know. I actually had my finger. I smelled it on my way walking from the store, and I forgot that I didn't wash my hands after I used the bathroom, and yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Anyway, that actually did happen. I watched Scream. You're funny. Oh, it's this finger right here. It literally smells like my butt. Oh my God. Well, thank you for throwing me off of my like, because I was really going. I was trying to make a point there. You kind of distracted me, but it's okay. I don't even want to talk about it anyway. But I strongly feel that all humans are living in states of of insanity. Like you guys literally think you're experiencing things, and everything is new. It's not new. Like you guys are all experiencing the same exact things, trying to convince yourself that what you all are experiencing is different, but it's not. The only choice you have in terms of you and being born in this world is the clothes that you put on your back. Other than that, other than the clothes that you put on your back, in terms of who you are and what you are as human, you are the same as everyone around you, no matter how many changes of clothes you decide that you want to go through or personality. I can pinpoint and tell you why you're going through those things emotionally, not just you, but every human being at one time. When you can do that, that means you successfully learn how to research human behavior, humans, and be accurate about it to the point to where you don't have to be worried about what's going on in the head of another male human or female human. No, I know exactly what's happening. So I'm not gonna sit and ask any questions. My job was to research humans. That's what I did, and be sure about it that way. And this is really good for you. I highly recommend this. I am medicating right now. I don't want to talk about that anymore because I don't know, I feel weird now. I'm just getting like someone's watching me vibes and I should stop talking about it. So don't ask me why. I decided something just popped in my head and said, shut up, someone's watching you. That. And God, and we all have these gifts. God, if you guys knew what you were. So dis So humans don't, you guys don't know what you are. There's so many things that you guys can do that you don't know how to do. I could explain it to you logically. You'd understand that, wow, he's actually saying something that I feel is true. And it's the feeling that, of knowing that it's true, that it validates of whether or not you think, whatever. And when multiple people do this without speaking to each other, it's complicated. But you guys are supposed to be doing so much more than who and what you are, and it's all because you're afraid of your emotions, and without your emotions you have no soul, you're nothing. You can't believe in God without your emotions. So I don't know what else to say. Free P. Diddy. So I actually was down at the courthouse today. No, I was down at the courthouse today. This poor man. I felt so bad. If I could walk in there and just be like, hey, come on, let's go. Buddy, you don't need to be in here anymore. I'm God's friend. God told me to come and get you out of jail. I would do that. I do that because the reason why I would do that, let me tell you, there's multiple reasons why. Um, if people go to churches and pray to priests that are raping kids unbeknownst to them, and this has been a tradition throughout human history, and not just a tradition, but a pattern amongst the priests, to where they have been doing these things to where it can be officially established in terms of the type of person and personality and mentality that a human might have in this position, I would use it as like a bait and switch trap to find those humans that are like that, because they're going to go for that position. So I'm saying this like this to say um, that if you continuously have people go in front of another person that speaks about God, that actually does molest children and do stuff like that, I'm just gonna keep it real with you, period. And you can show and prove that these people are all stupid and they don't realize that their priests are all doing the same things over time, multiple. And then you start to see they try to blame each other, but then you start to see that you can use the position of priests and whoever decides to seek this position as a way to find those humans that would do a certain type of thing, if that makes any sense at all. That's what's happening to you right now. I'm laughing at the whole entire world. I'm pretty sure that the church that you I'm sorry, that's rude. No, but it's true. I can confidently say that there's at least 80% of people, like right now, is someone whoever's watching me, I'm pretty sure your priest or your pastor at your church is going through the same thing mentally or has gone through that. And unbeknownst to you, you don't understand why, and you're not going to understand why. And you're going to die stupid, not knowing that your priest or pastor or the person that you go to pray to every Sunday or whatever on a routine basis has been struggling with either A, not fantasizing about doing something, B, fantasizing about doing it, or B, just flat out afraid of their emotions and just trying to block it out completely, which is still a fear. And just think about that for a second. Wouldn't you laugh at a group of people that keep... Boy, if God were here right now, he'd be sitting in the background eating popcorn and just watching you guys. I wouldn't even send no more prophets down, to be honest with you. At that point, I'd be like, nope, they don't need no more prophets. They ain't gonna never get it. Their priests are now raping the kids. They've now gathered in groups and they're worshiping the God through the priests, and not knowing that it's multiple priests that are doing this everywhere in the world, which where they're so smart that you guys are stupid. Humans are special. Very special. I meant what I said. This is so good. This is good too. This is also good. This is what I'm drinking. I need more of this. I ate that chocolate because I didn't want to have anything heavy, eat anything heavy. I mean, wouldn't you, like, it's like watching a baby, or it's like watching one of those videos, so where the animal or bug or whatever keeps going into the fire, and you're like, no. Do you wish it had enough consciousness to know not to go into the fire, but it kept doing it anyway? That's humans. But in a mentally. So, if I were God, and I saw that there was a pattern amongst the humans to where they create these systems, and the systems that they created, there started to be problems amongst the humans to where they were killing each other, literally, mentally, physically, and emotionally. I would have used the positions that they created and in the systems that they created, the positions in the systems, to develop a strategy, plan, and tool to find personality types and mentalities in terms of the humans without speaking to them at all, because that's what I would do. So, for example, let's apply this to ice. I think it's safe to say that the people or individuals or the type of human that would go and register to go and kill and hurt and harm another human being, I think that you can use this same scenario to gather a personality type, and it's like bait. Let's create a position and see who goes to it so we can see that, find all of the people that think like this, if that makes any sense. So if I were God, I would start creating positions, fake positions, real ones, I don't know, knowing that, and if that were 100% true, use it as a way to start finding and categorizing humans based on their minds and what they think that you can't see that you can't. You know, just that part right there. Roll with me. You're able to stop wars that way. You'd be able to stop crimes that way a lot. Future crimes, you know, prevent the... You'd be able to do so much. Protect your people from themselves that way. Meaning, let's say you use that pattern theory that I just said in terms of positions. I would say, you know, I would, and let's say whatever, and you were focused on it in that way, those humans would be convinced in their minds that they had no problems. But you would know for a fact no matter what they said, that they actually had that problem. Because they would be living in a reality of truth and would have convinced themselves that, oh my God, I'm supposed to become a priest now because of these feelings that I'm going through, right? And where you, on the other hand, are saying, no, this is a human that has reached this stage of development mentally and that has now made this choice to take this type of position. However, the characteristics of this human and this type of human are prone to doing this because this has been the pattern of these types of humans that have taken these positions and made these choices. So I would use that as a way to pinpoint and find and gather humans in large groups, no matter what positions they decided that they were going to take on this earth. As you can see, that's really not helping you guys right now. Mr. Trump made that very clear to you guys. F your positions, pretty much. I think he's making that very clear to you. So if you want to fight back, I'd use my theory to fight back against him. If you use this theory, the one that I created, let's say to fight back against someone like Trump, then you could redefine laws at that point and how laws are considered and made. Why is this important? He's utilizing current laws that are based off of old concepts, right? Now, in order to get someone out of this kind of system, you have to make that apparent, meaning it's like saying, hey, you're purposely utilizing laws that you know that are old and that are conflicting with the current society that we're living in on purpose. So here's how I would outsmart Trump. I would do exactly what I would redefine laws and how they're supposed to be defined and determined based on mentality, human consciousness, and sorry, not human consciousness. Um, the ability to be able to study humans over a long period of time in terms of their development process, mentally, physically, and emotionally, use this as a way to restructure all of the laws of my land and use it as a way to be more accurate when it came to being able to administer these laws. That way I could actually have them work for the people, especially if the old laws that were created were general in terms of being able to understand my people's minds physically, mentally, and emotionally in order to govern them when it came to providing them for them physically, mentally, and emotionally, right? Just grow with me. So I would take this, restructure it, because any old system that was utilized based off of a conceptual idea of what my people might need to survive aren't going to work. So let's say if this system is still in place and it's hurting my people now I have to redefine how the system was created completely in order to circumvent the current system, especially if it's gotten to a gridlock point to where that system is now hurting itself. And I would need to find a way to do it to where it connected. I'm not going to repeat what I just said. If someone had this much power to do exactly what I just told you, then you could stop Donald Trump without a question. You could redefine human mentality and just all of that. And you'd be able to get billions of people to see it, right? You could immediately redefine laws in terms of just a lot of things. It'd be like pulling a carpet from underneath a group of idiots. And watching them fall because they were gaslighting people and hoping to use a criminalized broken system. I mean, to fix the system, you don't need to break the system. You have to redefine the system. To redefine the system, you have to go back to the basics of why the system was originally created. This system was originally created to help govern people mentally, physically, and emotionally. And then you have to find ways to be, over time, to understand people physically, mentally, and emotionally, to where you started developing social systems to understand socially how people would behave based off of their thoughts, X, Y, and Z. Physically, housing, where they're going to live, what they're going to do, cash, money, all of that. Emotionally, physically, mentally, and emotionally. And then emotionally, how this is affecting them and how they're if they're happy or if they're sad based off of this system that you created and how you're connecting all these dots. There you go. I don't want to talk about this anymore. I can't do anything about it anyway. I feel like I'm just a waste of time on this earth right now, waiting to be super famous. An artist you think everyone should listen to at least. An artist you think everyone should listen to at least once? Are you asking a question? Why did that question disappear? That's kind of tricky for me because I think to answer your questions, an artist that everyone should listen to at least once, I would say everyone should listen to at least one song from a foreign country in their lives at least once, one before they leave this earth. And not just listen to a song. Find an artist, a good song from other countries. For example, that's what I think. That's how I would respond to that question. I feel, because English is just one group. You have so many languages of beautiful music. I know other artists in different languages, and if I had to answer that from an American perspective and only recommend an American artist from American history, then I would say, I'm not going to say Michael Jackson because he's cliche, everyone says that. No, Nina Simone, I think is someone that everyone should listen to. I like Nina. But my favorite of all time is Tina Turner because she's just, yeah, Tina. Listen to Tina. I love her. There's so many reasons why I love Tina. She's inspired me so much. She's like my godmother in the music industry. She's not here anymore. She passed away, and I was so sad when she did. I got so sad, and I was like boohoo crying when Tina passed away. I went and I visited her house in France when she had it, which is kind of cool. I didn't visit her house. I went to a castle that was next to her house and just kind of drove by because she had gates and security and stuff like that. And I know. But I was like, oh my God, that's Tina's house, y'all. It was nice. It was somewhere in France a long time ago. Yes, Tina Turner does have a house in France. Her family now owns that house, but yeah. So it is 12:12 right now. I have been sleeping a lot. I have been going through a lot. I've been having to rebuild my whole entire life. I've been forced to save my family all over again. I tried to run away from my destiny in terms of why God put me here on this earth. He's like, no, I want you to be famous. I want you to be a billionaire making a whole bunch of money, saving people. And I'm like, no, please stop. And he's like, no, I'm going to make you do it. I know, right? Me. Why me? And no, but that's the reality of my life and what I'm plagued with. So currently at the moment, let me tell you, I went homeless on purpose to try to run away from being famous. And I know that sounds stupid, but I came from a life, not of money, but I came from a life I wasn't poor. I didn't grow up poor. I grew up in the suburbs, and I grew up with money around me. And so just understand that I needed to experience real life and what real life was, because my connection with people in society, I felt like just so disconnected. Like you don't want to experience living in society, being confused in terms of why people are responding to you a certain way, like fake, and you just don't get it, and you know that they're doing it, but you're not sure, like, is everybody doing this? And they're doing it because they know that you're not a part of their world, and their world financially, meaning they can tell clearly that you don't know what it means to fucking struggle. So, and it's not just one person. So imagine how like ostracizing that can feel emotionally for that person who really wants to connect with that group of people. I could never connect with people that were regular people before I went homeless. And this was later on, I didn't make the choice to go homeless. I did make the choice to ride my situation out, but how it happened to me happened based from an unfortunate series of events. I do have a documentary that I did about me going homeless and just that scenario and my backstory. If you guys want to go and watch that, I'm promoting now. It's called Lost in California. So if you open up your browser right now, let me go and check and see if the website's Lost in. If you go and type in, let me make sure before, I don't want to, Yes, if you go and type in Lost and California, you can go and watch my 2 episode docu-series that I did documenting my life and everything that I just said pretty much, and how and why. So I did a documentary during the time, and this is what's also during the time that I started my film journey. My journey in the film industry launched officially when I was homeless in California. Trying to figure my life out. Um, there is a picture of Malibu on in the background cover of the um, the TV or the docu whatever the film advertisement thing. That's because I spent a lot of time in Malibu. While I was homeless, I literally would be in my car driving to Malibu. Okay, so you guys know Nobu? I know, right? If you know Nobu is a very bougie restaurant, right? So let me tell you, like, what I would do. I had a Tesla and I had a Maserati. I had all my luxury vehicles during the time. Not, and I had my Porsche. So, but I was still homeless with my luxury vehicles, right? So what I would do is I would go get clean up my car, and I would go to Nobu so I could feel like, I wasn't like I still had my life. I wanted to still feel a part of who I knew I was in my life, and that was the way I would do it. I would go in there and I would just pretend and imagine just like I had all my money back and just my lifestyle and just be sitting there just in that moment just for the 20 or 30 minutes, however long I would be in the restaurant, not speaking to anyone at all, but just, you know, feeling good about just being back was really what I was looking for. And it was very therapeutic, I could say the least, to be sitting amongst other people, you know, that were like me, that were doing good, and just to hear conversations that I would normally, hear amongst a group of friends eating at a table, or just people. Like I said, growing up, I didn't grow up poor. I grew up in the suburbs. I grew up what some people call rich in certain countries or areas. I don't know. Um, and so I appreciated hearing the conversation, being homeless with no one knowing it, with my, just being there. It's just like it allowed me to see the world from so many different perspectives, because no one was going to disrespect me. I mean, I looked at how I looked really nice. I just like I was supposed to be there, which is the whole point. So no one was. They were gonna treat me like how I was supposed to be treated, like the wealthy person that made money and that deserved that respect and treatment. And so that's, you know, how I felt. I didn't want to be looked down at as someone that was less than, because just when I wasn't at the restaurant, I'd be in my car, sleeping in my car, and just that part. But anyways, if you guys want to um, watch the docu series, I did submit this to some film festivals. It did win some awards. Actually, it won like 3 awards actually from some film festivals. I titled it Lost and California. It's currently available up somewhere on the internet. If you want to go and watch it, there is a YouTube channel for Lost and California, as well. And currently, um, there's a pilot, 2 pilots, for the docu web series, and I am looking forward to relaunching it and to pushing my production company. So now, since this whole, me going home and sleeping in my car, getting back on my feet, going to places like Nobu, and with my Tesla, dressing up nice, and trying to still experience a sense of what it felt like to be a bougie rich person, whatever, just all of that. I built a house during the time. I ended up getting land in California. So to make it, I'll just tell you guys a little bit more about what was going on during the time to make this more interesting. If you guys actually really want to go and watch it, I ended up, um, you know, living on my car for a year, praying, doing Uber Eats and things like that, and I eventually got exhausted, drove to Canada, stayed with a friend in Canada for about 6 months. Now, this is all between 2021 and 2024, right? So this is enough time to live in California, live in Canada, travel, all that. So I drove from Florida to, in my car, I drove from Florida to California to Canada, from Quebec all the way to the other side. Then I drove to New York, and I did that trip twice. So I drove the whole entire continent twice. Yes, I did. Within a 3-year period. Yes, I did. Crazy, right? Oh my God. A lot of traveling. Eventually, it gets me back to the point to where I'm back in California, but this time I own 5 acres of land. And so now I own 5 acres of land, still homeless, but I own 5 acres of land. Um, I have my car rental company in the background, still trying to keep income coming in, but I eventually lose that and all of my vehicles. So no more luxury vehicles, just one. I eventually have to get rid of my Tesla. I eventually have to get rid of my Porsche, and I'm only left with the Maserati. So now I have my Maserati with my 5 acres of land that's 2 hours north of LA. And now I have to figure out how to survive, because I'm like, okay, great, I got land, I got a little bit of money, but what am I gonna do? It was just an empty, bare plot of land. There was nothing there. So now I actually end up building a tiny home with my bare little hands by myself. It was a 100 square foot tiny home. I built it by myself with the help of no one else. I spent about $1,000 on wood from Home Depot. I came up with my own structure, my own, blueprint and all of that. No help from anyone else. Once again, built it by myself, and I eventually built a tiny home out in the desert on my 5 acres of land. And I built a campground around myself. And I go from sleeping in my Maserati in the desert in the middle of the night, scared out of my mind, to sleeping in a tiny home, to having a full-fledged campground, to people stealing stuff from me on that campground, and then me losing the property, and then coming back to the East Coast. So yes, that's how my experience in time was in California. And if you guys want to go and see it, a portion of it, as I said, there is a docu-series available. It's called Lost and California. There is a website as well, so if you go and type in lostandcalifornia.com, you can go and watch the docu-series in terms of my backstory, what happened to me, and what actually officially launched my career in the production and entertainment industry as a producer or filmmaker, or whatever you want to call it. And so I know I really did, during that time, I really did use filming myself as a way to have like therapy. That way I didn't go crazy, because I was going through a lot, and it did take a lot of time and patience to do what I did. Now that I look back at everything, yeah, you'll get to see really what I went through, and just kind of experience life and how I experienced it. So I appreciate anyone who wants to go and watch anything that has to do with my story, my life story. If you're interested, as I said before, you can go to lostandcalifornia.com, and you can watch the first 2 episodes of the docu-series. I think there's there's maybe, actually no, it's just 1 episode. I'm sorry. So it's just one. It's a 1 pilot episode. So it's a pilot episode. It's about 10 minutes if you guys want to check it out. It's for a docu-series. So imagine if this was on television, there would probably be maybe 6 3 to 5 minute commercials, so that 10 minutes would be actually 30 minutes. So there you go, of watch time with commercials. So without commercials, it's about 12 minutes, 11 minutes. So anyway, go check it out. The name of the first episode is called The Price of Deception. I named the first episode of The Price of Deception because I felt like that's what I was doing. I was paying the price of people deceiving me, and me trying to be this great person in life and build these awesome things, to get scammed and to learn about this whole other world that I had no idea existed, when it came to people just trying to grow and become better people in the business world and whatever. And just my experience in general, I just was getting so scammed during that time period. It was not even funny. Anyway, so yes, I had to make it real. I had to see this, and I'm really happy I actually recorded it and did the docu-series and just put all that together, because I wouldn't be where I am today if I didn't, and I wouldn't be in the film industry if I didn't do that. And I'm really happy that I experienced all of what I experienced, because, as I said, it brought me to where I am today. So yeah, now I have, my production company that I've started and relaunched. I actually registered the production company during the time I was homeless. Lo and behold, 3 years later, 2025. Now it's an actual real production company to where I'm actually doing real films and doing some real things in the industry, and I think that's kind of cool. So if you guys ever want to check out my production company, it's called Bay Empire Productions. Bay Empire Productions is currently working with Genre Motion Pictures, which is a new motion picture company. And we're working on some new TV shows. One of the TV shows that we actually just produced recently is called Walk With Me. If you guys want to go and check out Walk With Me, yes, I'm in a TV show. I'm in episode 4. It's on Apple TV, so go on your Apple TV right now and type in the word Walk With Me, and maybe you might have to type in 2025 next to it. I don't know. But if you did do that, yes, you would see me on a TV show. We did that in 2024. So when I got back from California, 2024, after all the homelessness and all that stuff, I get back to the East Coast and I immediately get thrown into doing a movie or a TV show, right? So now I got cameras around me and stuff like that and all this crazy stuff. And I'm like, wait a minute, I just went from being homeless to living in Canada to traveling around the States twice to getting landlord and blah, 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 blah. What's going on? Now I'm back over here. Now I'm doing TV, movie stuff. So that's what God did. I didn't do that. So if you guys want to see any of that and how that happened, as I said, go check out the first episode of Lost in California. It's really good, and it'll motivate me to keep working on it. And even if you guys don't go and watch it, this is my life and what I'm going through, and it just feels really good to go and see that things happen to me to keep me going when I can't figure things out anymore. So, anyways, thank you guys for listening. I appreciate everyone who's listening now, or everyone who's watching and listening in the future once this is, published and I'm like super famous and you guys need something to go back and watch from videos that I've posted in the past. Here's one of them. Hi, thank you for liking my music and for supporting me and being a fan of mine. I wouldn't, have gotten here without you, and I know it's probably like a year or two from now, but yeah, that was the purpose of this video. It's for you to get to know me and see who I am and to be my authentic self. So, yeah. Yeah, Lost and California. Go check it out. It only has 5 subscribers, you guys. So even if you don't subscribe, just go and watch the video. And if you watch all of it, yeah, it's my backstory. I wanted to make sure I at least have that somewhere. So if people are like, who are you? What did you do? How did you get here? It's right there. You can go and watch it. It's a whole episode, literally. Yeah, I turned my life into a whole TV show. Or a reality show, pretty much. And and plus everything I was going through was just like, oh my God, like no one would have believed it. So I kept my camera rolling. I was scared out there in the desert, y'all. What? No. My property was in a town or city called California City, which is 2 hours away from LA. I got the property on auction for $1. And I just was praying one day. Something said, go online, bid on some property. I didn't think it was going to work. It did. Some real estate person called me and like a couple weeks later told me I won the bid or whatever. And then boom, I had land in California, went back to California, set up on the property, and things just worked out. So yeah, people eventually stole stuff from me and I had to abandon the property just because of that primarily. Like they literally stole my, God, they were horrible. So that's going to be in like probably episode 3 or 4 whenever I get back to working on Lost in California. I'm going to be doing a relaunch, and this time the relaunch is going to be with a full production crew. Thanks to Genre Motion Pictures. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. So a lot of amazing things are happening. I'm actually, all the people that I knew I was going to be working with, all the really well-known people, I eventually start meeting them. After I do the TV show, I start meeting all these people that I've watched on TV. Not all of them, but just people in the industry. I start working with people who work with these people, and now I'm this person, or on my way to becoming this person that God wants me to be in this world, which is, God, this year has been a lot. I can't wait to um, get more episodes out for Lost in California. That way, you guys can get caught up on my life and what's happened um, since then. And as I said, I do have a production team now that is uh, in the works of in terms of getting things together. So anyway, but my music is what's important. I'm good at a lot of things, but my music I'm peculiarly good at. Um, yeah. For example, like right now, I'm having a production issue. My production issue is I have to produce a music video for every song that I've done, and I had to sit down and do a whole bunch of music within a short period of time. Now I have to figure out how to do music videos for all of the songs in a short period of time. So my producer self was like, you know what? So I have a set. I have a set. I have a film set in my house, in my apartment, right? So I got a couple of places, but a long time ago, let's just say, I wanted to create my own property management company, and now I do have my own property management company. I have properties in Florida and Georgia, and it's not really my company, but I created it. It's a family company, so that's the same thing. Um, so anyway, so now I took the rooms and I turned it into a set. So this is I can't turn the camera. So I have to take the music videos that the songs, and my idea was to record each song in this room and do it in such a way to where and just do it like that. And I know that sounds crazy, but this is my set right here. It's a little grass wall. There's a white wall back there. If like you want to record and do the white, I used to have a green screen that I have, but I took the green screen and that's in Atlanta now, at my place in Atlanta. And then so you have this. This is one scene right here. Like let's say you're shooting, boom, one scene you're standing next to the dresser. I don't care, smoking a cigarette, whatever. Boom. Here's another scene you're sitting in the chair, and then this is like where that little corner also can be used as another scene. So I tried to take this small space, or I have to take this small space, and turn this small space into the set for all of my music videos, and see what it do. Um, and yeah, and look, it looks so nice with the lights out. Doesn't it look nice? Right? So this is one set right here. So that was my goal. This is actually my apartment that I'm in right now while I'm in New York. I've been traveling a lot this year for music and stuff and going back and forth to Atlanta. So I actually have a prayer room. This is my prayer room where I come and pray and work out. That's why you see the weights in the back. So when I'm in New York, I'm here. And this is one of the places that I'm at when I'm in New York. So I actually come here to work on my music, pray. I have another place that I actually stay at, but this is something that I inherited, so I decided to turn it into my work office production space. So I actually used the whole entire space to shoot the living room. Like got short films and other producers that I've been working with recently. Anyway, I'm gonna stop showing you guys I only wanted to show you guys the production room, which is this room over here, where the production and filming and stuff goes down. Bum, bum, bum. And then here's a camera that I was planning on testing out. I've not used it yet, but yeah. And then there's like LED lights. I can change the color of the lights. Let me see if this is gonna work. Yeah, I can change the color of the lights. There we go. So you see how that just changed? Boom. Turn to blue, orange. So yeah, I wanted to just do this concept. I have to be back in Atlanta. What's today? Wednesday? Saturday, I have to be back in Atlanta. I'm gonna be meeting with more people in the music industry, and this time when I go there, I have to show them that I have finished products. finished products, meaning music that sounds like either it's ready to go on on social media and go viral or get re-recorded in the studio. And in addition to that, I have to have like 20 something songs. So for me, that is a lot because I'm a new artist. But for these seasoned artists out here, they be dishing out 15 and 20 songs. And I don't want to say that's a lot of pressure, but how can you I don't want to say it's not possible to have every song on a EP or album to be a hit. Like all 22 of them joints a hit every time. So is it like, are we just making music as artists and like we're fishing for that hit? I don't know. I just like, because nowadays I listen to certain like albums that come out and I'm just like, I feel like it's rushed. I feel like music isn't written to be authentic anymore. It's just written just to try to make money. And, where's the soul? Where'd the soul go? God. There was, yeah. So, anyway. And then also, for all of you guys who wanted me to release Four Leaf Clover, I think Alex, if you ever come back and watch this video, I had to take Four Leaf Clover down because I needed to re-engineer it and work on it. It wasn't like 100%. The song is good. Don't get me wrong. It's a good song. But I had to go and re-record it because it just, certain areas sound like real, real rough. Anyways, Four Leaf Clover will be back in stores and I will re-release it once it's like engineered and stuff. So keep an eye out for that. If you guys haven't heard Four Leaf Clover, it's not up anywhere. You'd have to go to my previous lives to go and listen. You'd have to go to a previous live if you want to hear the song. But just for reasons like music industry reasons, I took it down. I actually almost distributed it. It actually got distributed. And when I listened to the song, the day it was distributed, the night it was distributed, I don't know. I just had this feeling in my heart, like, you need to go and remove that song. Like, no one needs to hear this song until it's actually finished because it's a really, really good song. So it wasn't because I didn't like the song. It's because the song is super good. Yeah, it is a song that can, like, change my career overnight. So I'm just like, I need to treat this song like gold. I'm about to go and redo it. So Four Leaf Clover is really good. My music should remind you of like Amy Winehouse, like a male version of Amy Winehouse, a male black version of Amy Winehouse. It should remind you of Tina Turner, James Brown a little bit too. What else? Who else? Those are just the three artists off the top of my head that I can think of that my music should remind you of. And Teddy Swims. Teddy Swims definitely. Definitely Teddy Swims. If you guys like Teddy Swims, you'll love my music. So yeah. And I'm looking forward to working with him soon. I don't know when that is. It's just like once you I don't know what's going on. I'm becoming a part of all of these groups, these people. Like when I'm in Atlanta, like I feel like Atlanta is the mecca for making people stars, celebrities. I thought it was Hollywood, but no, baby, it's Atlanta. What? I just thought about that. Everyone went to Atlanta, and so I'm now a part of this, and I'm grateful. I'll be sitting just like randomly thinking to myself, like, wow, like you're in Atlanta, you are here. Like, you got people in Thailand singing this person's music, that person's music. They all came from the place that you are at right now. So focus on that and be grateful and do what I sent you down here to do. So that's God. Yeah. That's how I feel right now. I didn't get any sleep yesterday night. I had like an anxiety streak to where I just had so much creative energy that I was just like, I need to stay up. Plus, I have to focus on making money in a very short period of time, a lot of it. And my like little, not little, but my property management company, that I reset up for my family. It's a family company. In the past year is supposed to be what is going to fund the music career and the production stuff. And so I've just been waiting to be able to save money. We've been waiting to be able to save money. With this whole government shutdown thing, things are a little bit more difficult. I don't know how to explain that. My family owns property in Georgia. We own land. We own land and houses and stuff. So that was already in my family's background. So that way you can have an idea of, oh, how does he know how to do all these things? No, that's already in my family's background in terms of how and what we were taught to do. So for me, these things are normal. For other people, it's like, oh my God, land. No, I was raised to do stuff like that. I'm from the South. In the South, you get taught to buy land instead of buying the house, and then you build the house on that land. So I got a cousin, like a list. I can go through a list of family members in terms of how much land they have, but just know that that's a whole different world. So, coming from these different worlds, it's like New York City is a different world. The South is a different world. You're not taught to have the same things as other worlds, other areas. So when you go and explain to someone, I got like about 2-3 acres of land, I'm like, oh my fucking God, you're rich. No, bitch, that's normal for us over here. We're poor and broke as shit with chickens and crocodiles running in the backyard. Living in a trailer or something. I don't know. No, let me stop. Not living in a trailer, but you get what I mean. Yeah, and I'm really on here so I can give myself to you guys so you can get to know me, see what my personality is like. I'm tired of people stereotyping men, people in general. I think it's about time we grow up, man. We need some change in this world. So, yeah. Hope you guys are having a good night out there. I'm contemplating recording a music video, and I record my music videos and my production at night because it's quiet. This is an apartment where I'm at right now, and it's quiet. I did say that. And then also the sound, because during the daytime you got stuff outside, you have neighbors walking, you can have everything. So the sound, it's a lot better at night to record at night when you have all of those elements just kind of, you know what I mean? So that's why I have to rework some music, because I feel like the sound isn't just quite there. So anyways, like I said, I do have another song that's going to be re-released, coming out, called Four Leaf Clover, if you guys want to, stick around for that. Also, I just did a song in French. Let me play my French song. So I just did a song in French. I'm trying to get more French followers, you guys. I hate oh my God, what's wrong with this world? I'm supposed to be famous, like super famous and rich already. I know I've made other life choices in terms of me, why I'm not there. And I'm okay with that. I wanted to experience the humans. I wanted to get to know the humans. I needed to do that so I could feel good about myself. And I do. And I don't regret anything that I did with the other humans because it made me feel good. And I would have never understood how to research them if I... So that's my whole, anyway. I don't know where that came from. That would be creepy if someone was telepathically, trying to get me to say these things and asking me these questions. Stop telepathically, harassing me right now. Whoever's doing it. No, I'm going to play the French song. It's called Trop de Mystère. That means too much mystery in French. And I do have an album that I just that I released recently as well. It's an EP. You guys want to check out that EP. And right now, I'm looking for... Why does this thing say I'm offline? Right now, I'm looking for... Let's see, is it here? That's super weird. I'm looking for myself. Oh, wow. Yeah, that song is going viral. Black Magic. Of course, it's because it's Halloween. I have to promote this song for Halloween. Okay, there it is. Let me know if you guys like this song. And it's not officially released yet. This is on SoundCloud if you actually do want to listen to the song. I'm gonna go and remove it, so go and listen to it and, put it on your playlist if you have SoundCloud while it's up right now. I'm gonna remove it and re-release it officially at some point. So I do a soft release on SoundCloud. If you guys like the song, do your thing. De la vie. On avant comment on te bise. T'es ma lune et j'étais ton ciel. Le monde qui déclenche les prix. Entre l'amour et c'est pas trop clair. Parlez-moi, c'est un peu trop de mystère. Expliquez-moi parce que c'est pas clair. Parlez-moi, c'est un peu trop de mystère. Un peu trop de mystère. Parlez-moi, c'est un peu trop de mystère. Expliquez-moi parce que c'est pas clair. Parlez-moi, c'est un peu trop de mystère. Entre nous, parce que c'est pas clair. On savoir, on dit c'est quatre. Et faut que je prends mon temps, on lui fait la tête. Parce que c'est pas clair. On se voit, on dit c'est quatre. Il faut que je prends mon temps, on lui fait ma tête. Tu étais ma maison et j'étais la respecte. Tout qui nous reste. La maison, j'étais. Hey, I love this song. That's me, y'all. That's me. Hey, hey. I gotta work on my smile. Like, on se voit, on dit c'est quatre. On va entrer. Tu étais la maison. Tu n'es pas complète. On se voit, on dit c'est quatre. Il faut que je chasse ma tête avant le bon spectacle. Tu étais la région, j'étais le prière. Tu ne l'es pas, non, mais c'est pas clair. Parle-moi, c'est un peu trop de mystère. Expliquez-moi parce que c'est pas clair. Parle-moi, c'est un peu trop de mystère. On se trouve un peu trop de mystère. Parle-moi, c'est un peu trop de mystère. Expliquez-moi parce que c'est pas clair. Parle-moi, c'est un peu trop de mystère. Entre nous, parce que c'est pas clair. Alright, that's the song. And right now I'm producing all of my own music, which is, I think, important for me as an artist to show other future producers that I can bring it. And not only can I can I bring it, most of the songs are like hit type songs, you know what I mean? I'll play this one. It's called Wondering, for example. I just did the French song this week. Wondering I released earlier this year. God, this year's been going by so fast. And I have so much more music to record. And like anxiety is real. Like artists and struggling with like producing and just like that is real. So like whenever someone creates music for you, just know that that person, if it's good music, you know, that person, even if it's not, took time out to like create something, you know, that was a part of themselves to share with you. So just always keep that in mind when you listen to everyone's music. Obviously, if it's bad music, it's bad music. If it's good music, it's good music. But let me know if you guys like my music. This song is called Wondering. I hope you guys like it. Shout out to NYC, New York, everyone that's up in New York right now. Showed me just who you were. Left me there with nothing to say. Wondering who you are. In a home without a car. On the wall, beside the stars. Oh, so hurry up though. I got a meeting with the guys at the radio. Oh, show's packed, I got my crew, I'm on the telephone. Hold up, and I think the time is gone. So hurry up though. I got a meeting with the guys at the radio. Oh, I got my crew, I'm on the telephone. I'm making moves, hold up, and I think his time is gone. Still searching for a place to stay. Thinking comfortable. No, not today. Wondering who you are. Exactly. So hurry up though. With the guys at the radio. Moon's rolled up, I think this time is gone. Oh. So hurry up, though. I got a meeting with the guys at the radio. Nose back, I got my crew, I'm on the telephone. Hold up, I think the time is on. No. So I got a meeting with the guys at the radio. Nose back, they got my crew, I'm on the telephone. Making moves, hold up, and I think the time is on. I got a meeting with the guys at the radio. My crew, I'm on the telephone. Hold up, I think the time is on. No. So I got a meeting with the guys at the radio. I got my crew, I'm on the telephone. Hold up, I think the time is on. No. I got my crew, I'm on the telephone. Hold up, I think the time is gone. Alright, that's Wondering. And then the quality of my music sounds shamazing, of course. This is another one. I love it. This reminds me more of John Legend. Like, I did not intend to sound like John at all. What's up, John? But there you go. Or let me know what you guys think. If you think I sound like John Legend. Go. I don't know what to do, it's getting lonely, slowly. Don't wanna wait for you, but I'm getting slowly. I don't know what to do, but it's getting lonely, slowly. I wanna wait for you, but I'm getting lonely, slowly. I really wanna stay, but I'm about to catch a plane to the sky. I'm about to go real high. I don't know what to say, so I'll let you know if everything's okay. So I just think it's time to go. I'm losing all my patience, trying to find my way since I just think it's time to go. I really wanna see if we can make it, baby. So won't you stay with me and we can make it, maybe. I just really wanna see if we can make it, maybe. I don't know what to do, it's getting lonely, slowly. I wanna wait for you, but I'm getting lonely, slowly. I don't know what to do, but it's getting lonely, slowly. I wanna wait for you, but I'm getting lonely, slowly. Ain't nobody, it's only us right now. Can't stop the music or when we put it down. I take you on a ride now. Don't stop, just slow it down and we can shut the party down. Don't stop, just slow it down, 'cause I'm right here waiting for you. I don't mind, yeah, baby, that's cool. It's okay, yeah, I know what to do. Take nobody but me and you. So we can shut this party down. Don't stop, just slow it down. I'll rock it till the beat now. Come on, let's go. It's only me and you. Come on and dance, let's go. Don't worry about a thing, that's only us right now. It's only me and you. Come on and dance, let's go. Don't worry about a thing, that's only us right now. It's only me and you. Come on and dance, let's go. Don't worry about a thing, that's only us right now. It's only me and you. On the dance floor. Don't worry about a thing. It's only us right now. Three kids out the bed, so that's what I thought I had. Brand new, give me more. It's the first time I can say no. Hold on, let me get my shoes. I got to be stuff to do. But it's okay, we okay. I got time and I'll wait for you. It's only me and you. Come on and dance, let's go. Don't worry about a thing. It's only us right now. It's only me and you. Come on and dance, let's go. Don't worry about a thing. It's only us right now. It's only me and you. Come on and dance, let's go. Don't worry about a thing. It's only us right now. It's only me and you. Come on and dance, let's go. Don't worry about a thing. It's only us right now. Say, hold on, get no stops to get down like I know to do. It's getting hot and nobody won't stop. But there's no way for you. Hold on, if it's not plans to get down, let me know what to do. They know we don't stop when nobody gets hot and the dance floor's waiting for you. Take it on the ride, girl. Don't stop, just slow it down. And we can shut the party, girl. Don't stop, just slow it down. It's only me and you. Come on and dance, let's go. Don't worry about a thing. It's only us right now. It's only me and you. Come on and dance, let's go. Don't worry about a thing. It's only us right now. It's only me and you. Come on and dance, let's go. Don't worry about a thing. It's only us right now. It's only me and you. Come on and dance, let's go. Don't worry about a thing. It's only us right now. I got this thing called. All right, I'm sorry to turn the music off. I gotta go, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed my music. I'll see you guys soon, and I'll be back with some more updates in terms of my life and music. Yeah. All right, you guys have a good night. Ciao.